Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rikah Kadash. Yahweh been the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shah been the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now I want to go into Isaiah 59 and 19 and give some scenarios about the deliverance of the Israelites. Now, this prophecy is what Apostle Paul brought up in Romans 11. It's Isaiah 59 and 19. It says, "So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and His glory from the rising of the sun, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him." So what is that going to entail? When you go into Micah, Micah matches Jeremiah 51 and Jeremiah 51 and what is it? Good Lord. 51 and 19 and 20. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm saying the right one. Jeremiah 51, 19 and 20 talks about how the Israelites would break in pieces these other nations. And Micah chapter 4, verse 10 tells you about the deliverance of the Israelites. But during that deliverance, look at verse 13. It tells you what they're going to be doing during that deliverance. It says, "Arise and thrust." This during the deliverance. "O daughter of Jerusalem, for I will make your horn iron, and I will make your hooves brass, and you shall break in pieces many people." So how he's gonna give them power? Seeing that horn stands for power, but it's saying I'm gonna make your power iron. But see, this is English, so when you go into the Hebrew, and I think I got it already pulled up. When you go into the Hebrew, this is the ancient well, this is the, what you call it, the in the Strongs. That's what I want to say. In the Strongs, this is what they put in there, because they was looking at the altar that they had on the altar. It was beams of light coming from that altar, and so they tied that into this iron situation with the horns. Because I think the altar had horns on it, and then on the four corners it was a light beam coming from. But anyway, look at here in at the last sentence. It says, "It is used of flashes of lightning." Okay, it says, just as the Arabian poets compare the first beams of the rising sun to horns. So he was gonna make the horns iron. See, he was gonna make these horns like powerful rays coming from the sun. This is pretty much what these people know. And see, they getting these movies from the records of the Israelites. This Hebrew word Koren, it tells you about what that is, means something bigger than just a horn. Look at the bottom. It says a ray of light, figuratively power, or a horn. So it's figuratively power, but it's a ray of light. Okay, and that's why I showed the Strongs. Good Lord have mercy. That's why I showed the Strongs. Let's see here. Oh, here it says the same thing in the Strong. Of rays of light. So this is where they get this superhero stuff with Superman and all these people. With Cyclops, you got Cyclops, he got the eye thing coming out. And Cyclops, his character in the X-Men had he was pretty much like a leader of the X-Men and a teacher. And so he was good friends with the two psychics, which a prophet that predicts the future, they can be equated to like a psychic. But on the right hand side, meaning the side that God approves of, and so Cyclops, he was close to them, the Lady Jean and the Professor X. He was real close to them, and he was one of the leaders in the school and the teachers in the school where the X-Men, the mutants, was learning or whatever to control their powers. And so this is where they get this stuff at, man. Flashes of light, beams of light, rays of light coming from these people when it's a war gonna be going on, and they're gonna be fighting against their enemies. Okay. So real quick, let me get another one. Let's see. It's talking about that deliverance and these Israelites having power. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. See, that iron goes into power. It says, as the vessel of a potter shall they be broken into shivers, even as I received of my Father. See, because this is Yahweh talking about who he gonna give this power to, because he received it from his Father, and he gonna give it to the Israelites that overcome it and keep his works unto the end and feed his sheep. They gonna get power. Okay, let's go to let's see here. Oh, I want that Zechariah. Zechariah 12:8. It says, in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. So you're going to have angelic power. And it will come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. See, nobody's going to be able to come against Jerusalem with the standard that he lift up, with the power that he give to the Israelites. Okay. And then Apostle Paul in 1550 2 to be exact, it says, to be specific and direct, it says, in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, in the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. You see what he doing this drug thing and get a woman. Anyhow, so it says verse 53 to finish it off. I'm gonna finish with this one. It says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So they're gonna have immortality, meaning they're gonna have superpower to be shooting lasers out of their eyes. This is where they get this stuff from, man. These Jewish writers, Jewish directors, these Jewish people that run in Hollywood in the movie industry. in the Marvel Marvel what do you call them thing, comic books. This is where they get all of their characters and their information. Same thing with Greek mythology. It was getting this from what is prophesied to the Israelites. But I'm going to leave it there. All praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, MICAH, double honor to the elders pushing the truth, peace to the elect worldwide, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the descendants of slaves scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.